lovely readers. My name is Katika Schneider, and I've got a problem that only NaNoWriMo can fix. For those of you who are new to Nano, it stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it's a now international event that's held every November, where writers from all across the globe challenge themselves to write 50,000 fresh words of fiction in 30 days. It's a lot of crazy, a lot of fun, and I think everybody who has had a story in their mind that they would like to get out really should consider participating because it's very motivational. For those of you who are new to me, I am Katika Schneider, author of the Afflicted Saga. My first book in my Tale of the Fallen series is Devotion. It's a character-driven epic fantasy about a holy war against demons that's set on an island nation that's been abandoned by their god, and the immortal paladin who is sent to try and stop the war and kind of fix everything. Devotion's currently available on Amazon in both paperback and ebook, and I have been a NaNoWriMo participant since 2007. Now, I'm posting this video for accountability. Accountability for what? A lot of people participate in NaNoWriMo, and usually that community kind of serves as its own accountability. But I'm a little bit crazy, I guess. I've been at this for a while now, and every year kind of challenge myself a little bit more. And this year I have decided to take on 7 projects this month. Seven books. And if that wasn't crazy and ambitious enough, I am also aiming to make tomorrow my first ever in the history of me ever, even beyond participating in NaNoWriMo, I am attempting to tackle my first one-day 50K, where I'm going to try to write all 50,000 words in one 24-hour period. I will let you guys know how that goes. To prepare for the madness that is NaNoWriMo, I've gathered all of my normal NaNoWriMo supplies, which includes an overabundance of notebooks. Let's see. Overabundance of notebooks, because I like to do a lot of my writing by hand. My pens, but they're actually all still kind of packed away. I have my handy dandy Alpha Smart. His name's Conrad, and I love him. And the most important part to me is my Dragon Ball full of candy, because I have a problem, if you haven't already figured that part out. As well as I have, for the first time in NaNoWriMo history for me, meticulously scheduled out my writing time and tried to outline my projects as thoroughly as my characters will allow me to. I tend to kind of run by the seat of my pants and just write as it comes, but I realized that if I'm going to have any hope of getting 7 projects done, I should probably try to go in having outlines put together. Most of my books have been outlined, some of them haven't, but that's okay because those are the ones that have characters that I sort of trust to help get me out of the corners that I might write myself into. So we're going to see how that goes. So now to talk about the projects. I'm not sure what order I'm going to work on them in. Or if I'm going to try to do one project and then the next, or if I'm going to jump here and there. I'm going to just kind of try and follow the natural flow of where the creativity wants to come out. But my projects this year are, number 1 is Legend of the Risen, Book 6. The Legend of the Risen is the 2nd series in the Afflicted Saga, which actually follows the history of my paladin, Matthias Sagewind. I'm hoping that this volume will be the last book in that series, because I think I'm getting very close to the end of that arc of the war against the undead. This one has about 3 chapters outlined, and that's all. I know where it's going to end. I know the direction it's going, but Matthias and Aoife, who are both big players in this book, notoriously just run off with my plot, and I kind of just follow them and see if they can get themselves out of their own trouble. So I think I'm okay with not having that one solidly outlined. Project number 2 is the adventures of my female main character, Nesix. I came up with this idea for a story to kind of fill in a couple of gaps that will be between a couple of books in Tale of the Fallen. I can't go into too much without delivering spoilers, but pretty much this book is going to cover the adventures that she gets into in that time frame. And while I originally had kind of hoped to release it as a collection of short stories, there's a very good chance I'm going to actually end up incorporating it into the actual series. So I am holding off on announcing what I'm going to do with it quite yet, to see where it actually fits in the grand scheme of things. Project number 3 is Record of the Unsung, Book 2. Record of the Unsung was not supposed to exist. My antagonist, Veed, you know, gotta love him. He surprised me with this series last year when he completely hijacked NaNoWriMo and said, "You're going to write my series now." And he originally wanted it to be called Record of the Unsung Hero, but I was like, no, not doing that. So I started this series of my supporting characters where they get to be in books where they are the main characters. So this is book 2 of it, and it's going to follow my plucky commander, Brant Malrock, as life continues for him after book 2 of Tale of the Fallen, which is called Deception, and should be out very beginning of next year. I'm really sorry for the delay in its release, but I am working, up until NaNoWriMo, I've been working on it very hard. This one's halfway outlined. I hit a snag partway through where I thought the story should go one way. Needy characters kind of wanted it to go another, and I'm still not sure what's going to flow right. So I've kind of held off on finishing that outline. Book 4 is going to be Song of the Divine, which follows my mother goddess, Etha, as she learns how to create her world. This is, I'm fully intending to have it be a Wattpad series, excuse me, and release it that way so I can possibly branch out into other worlds without having to worry about the intricacies of publication, and you'll see as it develops. Project number 5 is a collection of short stories that I'm gathering for a secret project. And if you've read Devotion, and there are any side stories or history that you would like for me to elaborate on, let me know, because I'm still taking requests for it. I'm really excited about this project. So if there's anything you want to see me write about that happens in the world of Abeloth, let me know, and I will see what I can do about giving it a go. Project number 6, I am fondly for now calling Cole Won't Shut Up. And for those of you who have read Devotion, you meet Cole at the very, very end of the book. And he is a significant character, especially in Deception and onward in Tale of the Fallen. And he apparently has a heck of a backstory that I had not anticipated on when I first created him. So this is the beginning of that story. It's not fully outlined either, but I do trust his storyline enough that I think will come out of it okay. And then my last project is project number 7, which I am currently calling The Dragon Rebellion. It's the first time that I've ever read a writing prompt online that's made me say, I should write that book. And so, yeah, it's not set in Abeloth, which is kind of weird for me because I was afraid I'd never get out of that. We're not afraid, but I had always assumed that I was going to stay there because there was just so many places I wanted to explore. But this story popped up, and it was originally going to be a standalone, but there's already a sequel brewing in my head, so much for that. I apparently can't stop with just one book. So those are my projects for this year's NaNoWriMo. I'm hoping to do them a little bit of justice at least, and that I don't disappoint anybody with my crazy workload that I have taken on. So I am it's 5:30 in the evening, and I am getting ready to go to bed so that I can wake up for a midnight kickoff to start this madness first thing on November 1st. I'm aiming to give updates as I progress. Next time you see me, I'll either be really excited or exhausted and defeated and miserable. We will wait and see. So please, if you've got it in you, wish me luck for my first one-day 50K, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. Bye, guys.